In this tutorial, we will do this section. In previous tutorial, we completed the featured product section. Before I start doing this, let us make our code little cleaner and move this featured product section to a separate file. We will make a separate widget, call it featured product. And then we can cart this class. And we can create a separate file inside the component folder, featured products.dart. Paste it, import the packages, hit save, and in the home page, also import. Hit save, and everything should work just fine. Okay, now let us begin this section right here. I will make a comment, call it promos. And this is just a simple section. I believe if you try, you can do it yourself, but I will show you anyway. So first of all, we will take a container. And the container has one text right here. And then under that, a text with a button. This is a button. When the user clicks on it, it will take him to another page. And on the right side, we have an image. So this and this is in a column, and this whole thing and this thing is in a row. So inside this column, first of all, I can take a column for the text. I will simply copy this text that I made here so that I don't have to write things from scratch. So the name of the text is this. The color is going to be white. And there will be another text under this. I will take some spacing. The font size is going to be smaller, maybe 14. The font weight is not going to be bold. Now, if I hit save, you won't see anything because the background is white. So our text colors are also white. So it won't be possible to see. Our container has a background, which is this green background right here. Let us copy this color code from here and give it a color. Now if I hit save, we can see the text, but it is not taking the full width. How can we do that? We can set the container width to $infinity. So it will take all the space possible. Okay, great. Now there are some spacing on top and at the bottom. So we can use padding. Also the spacing is on the left as well. We can use padding for that. Before that, the text is also should be left aligned. So we can say to this column that the cross-axis alignment for this column is going to be cross-axis alignment or start. If I hit save, great, it is on the left right now. Now let us use padding to this container. As insert start all. $20. Okay. The spacing in the middle of the text seems too much. Maybe I will use 5. Okay, great. Now there is a corner radius, right? So how can we use corner radius? If you remember, in the container we can use decoration, box decoration, and inside the box decoration we can use radius like this. So the border radius is going to be border radius dot circular, and we can give it any radius we like. But if I hit save right now, it will throw an error. Why is that? If you remember in the previous tutorial, one of the tutorial I showed you, if you are using box decoration in a container and you are using color, you have to put the color inside box decoration. Otherwise, it will throw error. Now hit save. Now it has a nice corner radius. Next, we have an image at the right side. If you remember how we did things in slider, it is completely similar to that. So this section right here, we have put it in a column. For this section, we'll have to put it on the right side. We can do that, but we have to wrap this entire column in a row, because one element, another element, so the whole thing is in a row, right? Okay, so this is the text. This is the column for the text, and right here we will put the image. We can use asset image, image.asset, and put the asset link right here. Let us download the image. Double click on the image, export as PNG. I will select 3x so we get a high resolution image, and click on export image right here. I will name it something like promo.png, and then move this image to the img folder inside the assets. Now the image link is assets/img/promo.png. If I hit save, the image is so big, so we can give it a height or width and fit it in that. So I will give it a height maybe 50. Let's put a comma right here. We will give it a height of 50, and for the width maybe 60. If I hit save, the image looks really small right now. So for the fit, I will say fit the height. So box fit dot fit height. I will increase the height 80 maybe, or maybe even more. Now if you notice, the image is getting cropped right here, and that is because we said the fit should be fit height. So when we say fit height, it won't worry about the width. Even the image gets cropped, it doesn't care. So in situation like this, you have to be clever. What do you want to use? Do you want to use fit height? If you want to use fit height, use the width accordingly so it doesn't get cropped. So in this situation, we can increase the width, increase it even more so it doesn't get cropped. Now, when I increased the image size, the height of this whole section increased as well. So in this case, because the image is increasing the height and of this container, that's why it is getting bigger. So we have used a padding. Remember, we can remove this, and if we remove this, it will lose the padding on all sides, but we do need a padding on the left side of the text. So in that case, what we can do, instead of using asInserts.all, we can say asInserts.only, and we can use a margin to the left side. Also, between this text and this image right here, there should be some spacing. So I will use sized box for that, and width maybe 10, maybe a little more. Also, the spacing between these two, yeah, seems okay. So if we look at our design, this should be bigger and bolder. Little bigger. It is already bold. Let us make it a little bit bigger. Now it pushes the image to the right side. We don't want that. So we can give it a width with expanded, just like the slider. If you remember how we did in the slider, we can use expanded for the text and for the image as well. Or we can break it down, break the text, because we have already used a fixed width for the image. Now for the text, we can say it should be flexible. Wrap this text with this flexible widget and see if it's working. No, it is not working. It is throwing an error, which is this. So render flex children have non-zero flex, but incoming height constraints are unbounded. So we cannot use flexible right here. Maybe on top of the container. Let's see if it works. Restart the project, and it is working nicely. So what type of mistake did we just do? we used the flexible directly on the text. But if you have a column on top of the text, use the flexible on top of the column. Then you won't have this type of problem. Okay, great. Now, in this button, we will have an arrow. Let us make that. So I will wrap this shop now text with a row and use an icon right here. Icon store arrow forward. Change the color to white. And I will put some spacing with sized box between the text and the icon. Now it looks a lot more like our design. Oh wait, there is more spacing than I used. So let us do that. Maybe instead of 5, we can use 9. And also, let us put more spacing between the title and the button. So instead of the height 5, maybe I will use 9 here too. Yes, that looks awesome. So let us put some spacing between the featured product and this promo section, which we didn't do. So we can use a sized box here as well. And height, set it to 20 maybe. Great, that looks awesome. I will see you in the next tutorial.